Hello everyone and welcome to the Mexico City Grand Prix. It's round 9 here in F1 Real Racing Cockpit. Or Cockpit Real Racing, whatever the name, I have to say it correctly. As we have all these cars out on track now, getting out one by one. We had been gone for a little bit, but we are back with a bang now. Let's get out on track and enjoy the racing we're gonna get tonight. Back with commentary, back with racing, and everything is gonna be nice now as we see No Sebo, Captain Teamless, and many other cars out on track. But the ones we need to focus on are these two, the real drivers with Teamless and No Sebo out on track. It's going to be exciting to see No Sebo. Where does he put it in qualifying? How good will he go? It's going to be a good battle between Dario, I think. Okay, oh, there is Chris as well. I didn't realize that. Chris is the main man to look for. He really does the unbelievables, really does the impossibles. There was a bit of a practice before this session, but not all of them took part. A few of them did and a few of them didn't, as we see. So that's going to be nice. As we're going to see No Sebo. So Teamless and No Sebo both are close to the final line. As we're going to see No Sebo start the flying lap. First lap of the session. With more than 15 minutes to go, as we see okay, so Dario's out on track as well. So is No Assist and Certain. Okay, but we are gonna... Okay, we just lost No Sebo. What happened there? Okay, so he's out on a flying lap now, yes. As we're just looking at trying to find him. Ooh, there's a yellow flag, there's a yellow, okay. So that was a bit confusing. That must have been some driver letting the driver behind by. And it's going to be interesting. Most of them are on flying out laps. Some of them are in the garage. Actually, no one's in the garage currently. Everyone is either on a flying lap or an out lap to start a flying lap. As we see No Sebo in the Brawn GP car, the 2009 championship winning car. The year before Mercedes was in Formula 1. Okay, I was just gonna get excited, but these are AI times. AI drivers putting in times. But we're gonna focus here on this man, No Sebo, on board, and other cameras as well. How fast has he gone? How quick is he gonna be? And that's a lap of 119.9. Good lap, 119.9. Does anyone else have an answer for him? As we're seeing Dario, Knifer is on an out lap. Teamless. Okay, so Teamless, I think he was on a flying lap, but he didn't complete it. Okay, so we're seeing here is Certain. Then it's No Assist, but Dario, yes. I think Dario is going to be on a flying lap, and yes. More closer driver. Can he beat the lap time of No Sebo, 119.936? Will he give us a shocker? Will he do the performance he's expected to do so? Goes... Oh, okay. Doesn't improve. I think he was not on a... Okay, so Certain even gets a lap. Yeah, so it's 121.4. We were focused on the wrong man, pretty much. We were focused on Dario, but he did not do a flying lap as we were around here looking at Chris. Okay, Chris, and then there's Teamless. No Assist. See No Assist here around the last few corners. Stadium section it is, if I'm not wrong, as he's coming around the last corner to go put it to the finish line and do the fastest lap out there. Is he on a flying lap? I hope he was. No, he was not. I don't know. Okay, so maybe they just did that first lap a bit of a practice, then put in a lap time. Ooh, there comes Chris as well. So I think maybe these all of them are just doing a flying lap, out lap, then another maybe practice lap. then to do a flying lap. But let's see how it goes as we are on board with Dario. Has he went any faster this time? As he comes across the line, 118.8. That's a great lap, and that's a reply to No Sebo of 119.9. As we have the top 3 set after the first stint in qualifying. Dario, No Sebo and Certain. As Knifer kept him teamless and no assist yet to do a flying lap. As there's no assist, teamless, just doing laps and laps. As okay, so our show focus should be on no assist now. I believe he could be good as well. If not, he could be fighting with No Sebo. It's just an extraordinary lap from Darius, unless it's Chris. No one else is going to catch him. Or will it be this man here? Chris Knifer. Oh, okay, so he just goes fourth fastest. He's even slower than Certain there, 121.4. As Knifer. Okay, as we have another driver join in, but Knifer goes only 5th fastest. I mean, I was looking at him, or the only competitor to Dario, but he's put in a lap 121.8. Currently almost 4/10 or even more slower than Certain. No assist, and Certain in fact improves. Yes, he does improve. 120.0. That's a good lap. Keeps his P3 as there's now only 10 minutes remaining, as these drivers are going to try and get better, as I'm sure they would not be happy with these lap times unless you're Dario, who's on pole, as we see Chris looking nice. I think he's maybe improving, or he just wasn't in the moment at that first flying lap. But let's see what could be done. What can he do here? I think we really have expectations from him. Really winning every other race. Unless it was Australia that he crashed in. But I'm sure he's going to be after something. Ooh, there's a bit of a moment. I think there was a bit of a moment. But he's going to come across the line, and no, he does. Oh, he does improve. He does go on pole. I thought he had a bit of a moment. Still gets pole. 118.7. Great lap. As I just said, you cannot rule Chris out, and yes, he has not disappointed at all. 118.7. But I'm sure he will be doing another lap and another flying attempt a bit later, as it's more than 9 minutes remaining in this session. So I should be thinking this is going to be his in lap to see what he can do, as I'm sure no assists would be looking to improve. No, he does not. He's gonna pit. Certain is going again. I don't know why. Maybe he was trying to improve. He did not. But let's see how it goes. That's interesting, as Dario is again out on an outlap. That's interesting, as Dario and No Sebo already. I'm not sure if that's going to be a brand new set of tires, but I assume so. It should be. They want new tires. They want new lap times as well, as both of these guys are on an outlap. Let's see how they can do. Ooh, okay, Chris is going again. Okay, so don't think he improved this time, but maybe he has enough fuel and doesn't want to pit. Maybe he will, but just in the end do a great lap and get out. Because I mean, if you're gonna go that much faster, and if you could find another 2/10s, he should be in clear air. He should be in clear of taking that pole. He's in the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel. He's really driving like Sebastian Vettel, so let's see what he can do. And there across the line, okay. So that was on the outlap. Yes, so Dario now onto the flying lap now. Yeah, so Dario will he improve? He surely will be looking to improve by a lot. More than a 10th, at least 2 to 3 tenths to be a bit clear of Chris. Because, oh, he goes wide. He goes very wide. Does Dario, and I'm sure that must have been an invalid lap now, even if it wasn't. That's going to be really messed up lap now. He already messed it up earlier. And he's having a bit of a moment as no Sebo on a flying again. Okay, and from there, Chris Sniper finally pits, unless it's teamless. He's currently P10, even slower than the AI drivers. But let's see what they can do as we have just 7 minutes remaining, and he went a bit wide again. And what is he doing? I don't know if it could be wrong something with the broadcast online, but let's see how it goes. As we have 7 minutes, or now, yes, in fact, 7 minutes remaining, 6.5 minutes for this qualifying session. As around the finish line he comes. I don't think he's gonna improve. No, he does not. 118.841. I'm not confirmed even if he had that lap deleted or did he had it on. As we're gonna do telemetry data and lap data as well. Okay, and oh yes, sorry about that. We just got to show this up a bit late, but that's interesting. As we see NIFA and track map, I think we should be able to see a invalid lap from a driver as well. As this was the place he had a bit of a moment, I think. He got slightly wide this time, but that was all okay. Not all 4 tires were off the track. So he's in a bit of clear as, okay, NIFA is going to be chilling for a little bit. As no Sebo. Okay, no Sebo is around this section. That's pretty much just after the first sector. Sheridan is right behind him on and out lap. There's no assist, 121.4. I think he's going to just begin his flying lap. He'll be looking to improve, and improve by a lot. As Dario, purple sectors. Let's see how he can do. Setting up purple sectors. Has he improved? Has he made up for the mistake in the last lap? Will he be on pole? Does he have an answer for Chris? Let's see out here as he comes across the line. Goes pole position. Pole position for Dario. Very well done. 118.627. And definitely Chris now won't be chilling as Dario improves by a good margin. Gets him pole position. But also he shouldn't be a bit relaxed because Chris could be finding a lot of time on brand new set of tires. So it's going to be interesting to see who takes pole here at the inaugural Mexico City Grand Prix. That's cool, as No Sebo might have improved. I think we were too focused on Dario to take pole, as No Sebo is on 119.9, which is going to be interesting. So he's managing P3 for now. As comes across the line is no assist. Has he improving on his previous time? He has not yet. 121.4 it still is. He's trying to find time. He's trying to find grip. And a bit of struggle as, oh yes, No Sebo is on a invalid lap. So as we are there with Chris now, who's going to be looking to improve, looking to put it on pole. As, okay, I think he's pitting. No, yes, he is pitting Mr. Dario. I think he's going to go straight in the pits, refuel, and come back out on track. Because I'm sure he wants to improve. He wants to keep that pole position by a lot margins. But it's going to be hard enough, not easy enough, to keep it when you have a driver like Chris Neifer fighting for it. Chris Neifer 10, right after you. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be cool to see what they can do, how they can do. Chris, I'm sure he won't disappoint himself. He's gonna be after a pole position here. But let's see how it goes. Oh, invalid lap. He's invalidated it. As, oh yes, it says red on the minimap, which means he has invalidated his lap. If I'm not wrong, technically. So let's see how it goes. Which I think he invalidates it, so, oh yes, he's a lot away from that curve, which means he's gonna go again, yes. Goes again, and another attempt. He didn't do a good attempt in the first stint, so let's see how he can do here today. As we have just 3 minutes, yes. In a bit, will be less than 3 minutes, and I'm sure Chris will be looking after one thing, and that is to get the minimist of times out of the lap track, and also not invalidated, as he's alone through that straight of that second sector. Oh, invalidated. No, Sebo is still in that invalidate lap. Is Dario now out on track? He's going to be after him, and oh yes. Okay, so that's going to be interesting, which means Dario is not on a brand new set of tyres, but still a bit newer than Sniper, because he's on 4-lap old tyres, and Dario is on 2-lap old tyres, so that should be a bit of a advantage as we see, as these corners, great, as we see the helicopter shot of Chris's car. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on that Red Bull as he sets the purple sector. I'm sure he's having something special in that lap. As around the last corner he comes. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes now remaining in this session. Round the final flying lap. Ooh, goes pole position by a big margin again. 1:18.460. Great lap this time. Invalidate the one earlier. I said don't rule him out. And that's a great lap again. Absolutely good job. 1:18.4. Reclaims his pole position. What answer does Dario have for him? Sorry, we're not focused on any other driver, which certain now looks like to have a great lap as he's coming around the corner again. Does he improve this time? 1:19.2. Good driving from him as well. Ooh, a bit of a ride from no assist there. Okay, that's not no assist, I think, or in fact he was. 1:8:20.2 as he was just letting Chris by. Chris is looking to be fast again. As you see all these drivers looking to improve, looking to shine again. Oh, that is interesting. As we see Dario again with a bit of a purple sector, I think. As we just had that telemetry data, as we have less than 1 minute remaining in this session now. And this is the lap. This is one and only lap for Dario to improve, to shine, and he's invalidated it. Yes, he has. As he seems get slowed down. Yes, he has. And are his chances of pole position gone now? Will Chris be taking it all, because he's surely slowing down now, and I think he's going to be pitting in as Chris could relax a bit because his only competitor has invalidated the lap. Okay, but he's going to go again with just 10 seconds remaining to the finish line. He's going to go again and try again for that premium pole position. Checkered flag. Okay, so that's the checkered flag. As what drivers do we have taking the checkered flag? So no Seb already taking the checkered flag. So his fastest lap time will be 1:19.9, and everyone else is yet to do so. As Certain does it as well. He finishes fourth, 1:19.2. As no assists is a bit slow maybe, but what are you gonna do? Teamless haven't found a lap time yet. Has he done it now? Is he good enough? Only good enough for 9th. Only good enough for 9th as... okay, Dario is Chris gonna improve? Yes, he is looking after improvements. Ooh, a bit of a wide. He goes a bit wide there. I'm afraid he's gonna lose all of his progress made. Not sure. Oh, yes, he does. He surely has, because he seemed a bit angry into the pit lane as well. So all the chances for Dario to put it on pole again and be the reclaimed driver. He got head pole in the start, then Chris took it, then he took it again, then Chris did it again. Let's see what he can do. Invalidated his last lap, and this was him into the wall. Oh yes, he goes on pole. He does go on pole. I thought so, he hit the wall, but he's on pole. 1:18.331. And that's it for qualifying, everybody. Great lap from Dario there. So he's going to be your pole driver, starting on pole position. With less than 10 minutes to the checkered flag remaining. Started a flying lap and goes on to take pole. Congratulations, Dario, as we move on to the race now. As we have our drivers here, Dario on pole, Chris in second, Nosebo in third, with Certain taking fourth, with no assist in fifth, and Teamless in 9th place. Congratulations, these drivers. Let's go on to the race now. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Mexico City Grand Prix. After a great qualifying session, we're on to the race session now with Dario on pole, Chris in second. This is our second attempt at the race start, as there was some carnage at the formation lap with the one earlier. So we are back. Again, let's go this time. Let's see what we can get out of this action as you're waiting for all the players to arrive and to join the action at the grid as the teams prepare their cars, as there are now 30 seconds to go to the grid. As we begin for the Mexico City Grand Prix, as we're gonna get the lights now, 5 red lights, and we go racing. It's a great start from Chris. He's gaining a bit on Dario, and he's already gaining a bit on Dario. There's no Sebo as well. Around the outside, they're already 3 wide. Will Certain get it in there as well? As there's many drivers, there's 3 wide into turn 1. Will it go good? As around the outside, there's almost contact. As No Sebo is into the lead almost. Oh, that's great. No Sebo takes the lead as we were just focused on the top 2. There's still 3 wide, going 3 wide. Dario, 9 for end. No Sebo as into another corner we go as brakes late. Woo! Bit of a spin from Dario maybe there. Brakes late, Dario and not Chris, as they let No Sebo a bit out of that fight now. But he's, ooh, okay, so he's lost places as well. But he's fighting it out. Fighting wheel to wheel with Certain there, but he just backs out. A bit of a poor, it was a good start from him, but into the second sector he poorly lost it. As we now see Chris, ooh, okay, that's cool, as Chris is already into the lead of the race, as it was expected, but let's see how he goes to the end. The gap is 3/10, but will Dario attack? I'm sure he would be wanting to. As we go on to the main straight again, as into the slipstream of Chris will be Dario. Let's see how it goes for these guys now, as we watch for the battle to begin, as it's already says lap 3 on there, which I don't know why does it. But let's see, we're just going to begin and enjoy this, enjoy our time here at Mexico, at the Mexico City Grand Prix, as we see these guys fighting it out as well, as there is a yellow flag. Drivers in the pits already, but we are focused on oh, what is going on? What do you call it? The MFD, yeah. The MFD, but it currently shows Chris in 2nd place, but let's see what we can do in a little bit. And yes, it's fixed again. Chris leading, Dario 3rd, Certain 2nd, No Sebo 4th, as he's right behind it, I'm sure. And in fact, that is right. The gap to Chris to Dario is more than it is for Certain and No Sebo, because No Sebo lost it to Certain. He stayed behind, hasn't attacked or been much to them, as no assist is in the Red Bull, just in 5th place, keeping that. Not trying too hard to maybe not even have that, because if you crash, you're not even going to get 5th place. So it's going to be cool as we're on lap 3 out of 36 now. Ooh, a bit of a vibe. Oh, there's a car. There's a car parked out there, which I don't know what's happened to that. But let's see, that we're getting yellow flags as now, yes. No Sebo gets closer and closer to Certain. It's going to be interesting to see as we have a 4-car battle. It's a 2-car battle, but it's Chris and Dario, then it's Certain and No Sebo. These guys are a bit closer, but I think Sebo is just staying behind. He's not going for a risky move. Not want to end both of their races, as both of them are actually racing the Braun GP cars, the 2009 championship winning machinery. But can it do any magic here in the F1 real racing cockpit, the cockpit real racing, as we say? As another straight, one more time. Just 7/10 the gap between these two. Dario and Knife are just staying there, staying behind. And Dario's just staying behind. I think he's really going to be playing the long game here. Save your tires, stay behind, stay in the slipstream. And to the later part of the races, then attack. Then maybe have a bit of fresh tires and then attack with it, because that's going to be more beneficial than trying to push, trying to save your save the position and ruin your tires maybe. But let's see what we can get out of it. As yes, No Sebo isn't really looking to have the pace, or he's maybe just not really attacking Certain at all. Ooh, a bit of a vibe going from Chris there, but the gap is comfortably more than 1 second now. Yes, 1.2 seconds. Chris already showing what he can do. and what he's really capable of, as we see these Brawn cars. It's a great shot from one of the cameras around the Mexico City Grand Prix circuit. It's actually free practice going on right now in the real life Grand Prix, as there's a yellow flag in the sector 1. Okay, there's a car. Oh, there's Teamless. That's Teamless in 9th place. It's slower than a lot of drivers. Okay, so there's actually 3 Brawn GP cars. That's interesting. As Chris puts another fastest lap. Absolutely nice. 120.5. Great doing he is, putting up fastest lap, so that's going to only increase the gap to 2nd place for them. It's 1.4 seconds. Lap 5 out of 36. 1.5 seconds now between these two. Dario, remember, started on pole. It was a bit of a sketchy start, but these two have managed to keep it on track. And Chris onto the lead. He's leading it, he's keeping it. As we are 5 laps into this race, 5 laps into the action of Formula 1, as 1.6 seconds now, comfortable lead, as Nozebo still behind Certain. He was definitely quicker than Certain in qualifying, but he hasn't been able to do so in the race so far, or he's also just managing his tires for now, and attack in the later part of the race, as it's a fight for the podium. So definitely he's not going to be letting that go if he does have the pace, or he's just going to be playing the long game here. Stay behind. Oh. Lap 6 out of 36. Interesting, as 1.6 seconds the gap now between the leader and top 2. So let's see how it goes. Ooh. Bit of Chris kind of just yeah, he's really driving comfortably. I think Dario is behind him, but he isn't really attacking, or like isn't really on his rear wing, so it's gonna be yes. I think still the gap is 1.9 seconds, appreciable, because if it was someone else it would have been probably more than 10 seconds for Chris. He's just casually driving and cruising around the Mexico Grand Prix circuit. As we see these Brawn cars, these guys are also playing a bit of a safe game, or in fact, without a doubt, Certain is faster indeed, yes. Certain is looking to be faster. As no assist. No assist looks like he's went into the pits, and they're almost crashing. Ooh, it was so close. It was quite close between Teamless and no assist there. No assist is going to go and attack now onto Mr. Creco. No assist has been really nowhere in this race so far, but I think he can do a lot better than the likes of Mr. Creco and Captain Teamless. So it's only a matter of time we see an overtake from him, but how long will it take? Or how early will he be able to do so? Let's see. Check it out. There aren't many overtaking opportunities before the turn into the stadium section, as goes wide. Mr. No Assist, he goes really wide, as we see him right behind Mr. Creco, and he goes wide again. He's really going wide, so I'm sure there's going to be a penalty coming in his way if he does it a few more times, and he goes wide again. He's really not finding his grip or his momentum for this weekend's Mexico Grand Prix. I think he's really been out of touch and out of grip, really, in that Red Bull car. He's usually not that bad, but I think let's see what he can do on the main straight. It's a huge straight, and slipstream. Slipstream should be the fight for him. But no, he isn't really looking to overtake Mr. Creco. Really far behind. So Creco keeps 7th place still so far. No Sebo and Certain, a bit of a good gap. There's not much going on in the top 4 really. As we see No Assist now getting closer and closer to Mr. Creco. It's 8/10 the gap. Ooh, a bit of a moment there. Moment for Assist there as we watch his on board. I'm sure Creco will be under pressure. He will be not breathing really calmly. Let's see what he can do. I think there could be a mistake from Creco in a bit. If No Assist gets a bit too close to him, Creco will end up doing a mistake. Will end up doing what he shouldn't be doing. But let's see what he can do. Maybe he could prove us wrong and show us what he's really capable of. as there hasn't been any action at the top 4 today. I mean, no assist, really struggling to overtake. Even if he does so, he's really going wide. And I see Kriko doing a good job, and if he really keeps up within 5 seconds of him, that's going to be interesting for him, because even if he loses the position, the good thing could be taking it home in this season. So I think, yeah, and the gap to the leader is now 1.8 seconds. It was almost 2.8 seconds. It's 1.8 seconds now as Kriko. Oh yes, there's another car coming in there as well. It's a three-way battle now as no, it's just closer and closer to Kriko now. I think there could have been a mistake from Kriko at some point as no assist goes wide again. He's really been going wide too many times. Can he actually reclaim that 5th place that he had before the pit stop? And I'm sure they have pitted if I'm not wrong. Yellow flag sector 2. Oh yes, that is in fact Mr. Captain Teenless. And what he can do, ooh, a bit of wide from Kriko there. And yes, through goes no assist. As I was saying, just a mistake from Kriko, and that'll allow no assist to be back in the 6th place. As Kriko is right behind him now, as Teenless is moving a lot. Sorry, no assist is moving a lot now. Will he go down the inside line? No, he does not. That was a good, calm staying behind from Kriko, because he did not do a dive bomb. If he did so, that could have possibly ended both of their race, as he's right behind him. Yes, don't rule this battle out. Don't rule the battle out. It's round the outside. Good defending, really good defending from no assist there, as we see the battle for 7th place or 6th place. It's really not a usual place to you see a battle for. Slightly wide goes no assist there, a bit of a slide from the rear end of his car. It's going to be cool as he's going to be going into this section, as I think around this section Kriko's a bit careful rather than no assist, who's probably going wide, as this time Kriko does it. Yes, I think he has to stay within 1 second of him, because if he gets out of that, and okay, that is interesting. Dario is not in the lead, but he's already getting a penalty, as I was actually waiting for no assist to get it, but gets it Mr. Dario 29, as no Sebo as well. No Sebo gets it as well, so now I think it's only a matter of time, because this circuit is a bit hard to keep it within the track limits, especially in the middle sector. There's a bit of a curvy section out there, as there's a chance for him. He does not. He looks up for it, but goes for that defensive line. Mr. No assist. 41 seconds. How are they this much behind? Okay, so they're not much behind than the car ahead. They could be cashing it. We're on lap 11 out of 36 as we see this battle go on, lap after lap. The closest so far in this race. Anytime Kriko could be attacking no assist, or just a mistake from no assist will end up throwing. Ooh, he's putting it in. He's put his nose in and goes wide. No assist. He put his nose in, and I'm sure he tried to give him some space. And he's right on the rear wing of no assist now, and he goes very wide. Yes, he does. Okay, he goes very wide. Both of these drivers going wide a lot. So let's see what they can do. I think onboard is suiting more for this circuit. As 1.2 seconds, yes, 1.2 seconds the gap between the top two. But we're more interested and more invested in this battle here for P6 between no assist and Mr. Kriko. In fact, the car in P5. It's not so behind, but these guys are fighting each other hard, as on the rear wing and round the outside goes Mr. Kriko. Takes 6th place, reclaims it back again, will do no assist again. Yes, he does. He's around the outside, down the inside line, hanging in, but he does not put the nose of his car. And oh, was that a bit of a rear wing ending for no assist into Kriko, as we see these guys battle it out for that place. As oh yes, 2, 3, 4, all of these guys have penalty now. 1 second. Okay, that's cool. As I get to P1 is 1 second now, or even less. Getting less and less. It's going to be good to fight. I'm good to see this battle. Ooh. Oh, okay. Yes. There's no assist now. Maybe a bit of a struggle there for him to see. I don't know what's going on. He's just scratching that P5 5th gear, as we see Oh yes, the gap is getting less and less between the top two. It's going to be interesting to see till to the ending part of the race. But till then, we see this battle between Mr. Creeko and No Assist, fighting it out for 6th place. Really giving it all, giving it their all, wanting that 2 more points. They're getting closer and closer to 5th place. But I'm sure they could have been closer a lot earlier if they hadn't been fighting each other the way they are. But that doesn't matter to them. What matters to them is they fight. When fighted good. Ooh, goes very wide. Went very wide, Mr. No Assist there. Almost went into the wall. It's going to be interesting because No Assist, I think he's not usually the driver going very wide at times. But surely this is a circuit that's a really big test of everybody. And he's really he's not been a fail at it. He hasn't received a penalty yet. But pace-wise, he's just not there. As into... We almost had a look to go to the inside line as there is a 3rd AI car as well. Gonna be interesting to see. Woohoo! As Creeko goes through it. Creeko sticks his nose and goes through. And that's gonna even help him because keeping No Assist behind that car for a little bit is even gonna be interesting. As in fact, it is a fight between them, yes. There's a bit of a fight between AI and No Assist now. Lap 13 out of 36. As we see these guys battle it out. Ooh, yellow flag. Okay, yes indeed. It's Creeko. Seamless spinning. It's less than 1 second now. Yes, between the top two here, we haven't been having to see these guys a bit because the gap was a lot more earlier in the race. And yes, now it's getting less and less. Every lap, it's wow, less than a second, just 5 tenths. 5 to 6 tenths is catchable. Lap 14 out of 36. I'm sure they would be wanting as No Assist. No Assist really pissed. I'm sure he's a lot pissed. Goes around the outside, sticks his nose around that car. Almost goes wide again, but I'm sure he's eager. He's just impatient to get ahead of that car and attack Creeko. Creeko has even gained a bit on him because that's not good. As what I know what is good, and that is these two guys battling it out. Chris still in the lead, still keeping the lead, still doing what he has to do. And anyways, Dario has the penalty. In fact, unless he wins it by 3 seconds, he's not winning the race. 2nd place is actually his best bet. But let's see it out. Let's check it out between these two. I'm expecting some on-track overtakes because I'm sure Dario would be wanting that. Even if he does have that penalty, I'm sure he would be looking out for some overtake because that's going to be fun. Because I'm sure he's not going to be the one staying behind and be like, oh, I only must have a penalty. He'll be going again and again. After it, 6 tenths now. Yes, 5.5 tenths. Crazy, he's not going to stick his nose behind it. Or will he? No, he will not. These guys are so ever closer. As the battle between Creeko and Creeko and No Assist really ruined by an AI car, and that's 2 for No Assist, because I'm sure Creeko would have loved it, because P5 was No Assist before the pit stops, and they pitted, and then that's how it is. They battled it out for a few laps as we're in lap 15 out of 36. 1.1 second the gap between these two. 1.3 seconds. Lap 16 begins out of 36. 20 laps still to go, so I think surely they're going to be managing like that. But let's see what's going on between these two. Ooh, that's nice. Creeko. No Assist goes wide, but he's surely catching up it. Creeko a bit by bit. Definitely was distracted by an AI car. He will be hating that a lot. That surely ruined the race and the battle for these two. But he will be loving it now as he's gaining it bit by bit around the lap. As there hasn't been any action. The gap is 1.1 second, but he hasn't been really attacking. He's there to lap a car. He's there to lap a car. as Chris has done it earlier. There's blue flag, but he's not going to go off the track to let him by. So there's a bit, ooh, almost into the rear of him. Almost into the rear of the car. He's just there into the rear of the AI car, lapping him. He wasn't getting out of the way because there was not much track left. You can't go off the track to let you by. But interesting, as 3.5 seconds, Chris. Just a bit of distraction for Dario, and that ends up making progress for Chris. 2.9 seconds. Okay, the gap is quite a lot, but will it be any improvement in that? In fact, no, not yet. But what could be done? As oh yes, let me tell you who's having a comfortable race, and that is Certain. That's for sure. Certain, no server, but Certain is the one gaining because he's number one. Oh, sorry, number P3. And that's pretty much the best bet for him because the top two are in their league of their own. So P3 with the best bet for Certain Penna. Really doing it good. I think he got on the podium on one of the races earlier this season as well. So it's going to be interesting to be back on that in that top three. Oh, another penalty. One more 3-second penalty, and that oh yeah, 6 seconds. Now the chance gets minimal and minimal for Dario to win. The penalty earlier was 3 seconds. Now it's 6 seconds. So unless he does a miracle, or maybe Chris ends up in the wall, there's no point for really, honestly speaking, there isn't much for Chris in this lap. Oh, sorry, Dario in this race now. Ooh, that's cool. That's a purple sector. So, did he have the fastest lap? Let me check it out. Oh, yes, he does. He does have the fastest lap, 1:20.3, which means he's the quickest driver for now. Interesting to see. It's going to be 3 seconds now, as he's gained 2/10 on Chris. As Chris's tires maybe now go down and down, but the penalties for Dario make it worse. The penalties for him don't really. Ooh, it was a car spinning. I think it wasn't a car. Ooh. Yes, he's gaining, as you're saying, rear wind. A few spins and a few moments from. Ooh, in the wall. Did he really go in the wall? That was weird to see, as you go on to lap 19 now out of 36. And so that means we're halfway distance onto the race, if I'm not wrong. Yes, it's going to be interesting. Oh yes, so Crico and assist, yes, as we're having a look at this battle. 1.2 seconds, the closest for anyone in this race. As the pit window for Crico open. Crico, I think, hit the wall. If I did saw a bit of a debris coming out of a car, it must have been his, as he's going wide and wide. And yes, he was surely enjoying it when no assist was stuck behind the car. He was stuck behind a slower car. But I know he's not going to be enjoying now. But there's going to be one man enjoying, and that's going to be no assist. Yeah, because I think no assist has been going a bit wide every other lap. But he's kept it on track. So has Mr. Crico. I think Mr. Crico is doing a fine job. I mean, really a lot improved than what he usually I know of him. So, oh yes, it's closer and closer now. It's, oh yes, in fact, less than a second now, as we'll see Crico moving around the circuit. I'm sure he's gone to the inside line, or to the outside. He's moving a few times, which is not so correct, but they are not closer enough to each other. So let's see what they can do. We're onboarding with Mr. Crico as we're on lap 20 out of 36 now. As we are about to be, okay, 16 laps in the race still remaining. So we've done of what's remaining and +4. Leaders, 1.4 seconds to gap. 6.2 between Nosebo and Certain Penna. Yep, that isn't more than a second. That is between these two. Rico and Nosebo. Rico and Nosebo really getting it out. Both haven't received a penalty yet, which means they're slowly doing it good. And, oh, actually, that's interesting, as these guys are getting lapped. Oh my god, no assist. Poor no assist again. You have to get out of the way for Chris to lap him. And that's again going to be a car between Rico and no assist. That's not being their race. As, oh, jumps into the pits. Rico jumps into the pits as Knifer goes fastest again, 20.0. Oh, that's going to be interesting. As Dario jumps into the pits as well. I think surely he had a penalty. Does he pay that? Yes, he does. If I'm not wrong, let's have a look at it. No. No, he does not. Why don't you pay a penalty? He pitted for a brand new set of tyres. Come on, you don't do that. You've got brand new tyres, get yourself out of the penalties as well. Oh yes, good for Certain. He's 19 seconds ahead of Dario. Can Dario really gain out of him? As Rico now after a pit stop. Interesting for no assist. Yeah, let's see, tire life. Ooh, so no assist, 13 laps on that tire. Rico, a bit of fresh tires now for him. Let's see how he goes, how this race shapes around. As we're on lap 21 out of 36, goes wide, Mr. No Assist. And honestly, I'm scared because it's only a matter of time. There comes a penalty for him. He's been avoiding it so far, but let's see for how long, or will he be successful in avoiding it again? Because basically he's going out, but if he's not gaining any advantage and slowing down, he's going to be not going to be penalized because he's not gaining an advantage by going wide. Oh, did Chris pit? Yes, he pitted. As we actually, I think, saw at Zandvoort. These guys did a whole lap on the same compound of tires as Rico retired. Mr. Rico has ended up retiring. I wonder if he's... oh yes, there's a virtual safety car. There's a VSC out. And as we were saying that how good Rico was driving, he's crashed in the wall and he's pretty much ended up himself in the wall. Oh yes, and who's leading is Certain Penna. He hasn't pitted on all tires, but he's still in the lead. Leading the race for a bit. Let's see for how long. It's been a yellow flag now as it's a virtual safety car, and I think Rico crashed. Really not good for him because he was looking interesting and looking good indeed. But really unfortunate for him to be behind and end up crashing. I mean, he was racing good as well. Maybe he didn't have the pace, but he was fighting it out with Chris. Good defending. And now as oh, did we go green again? I think we are green, as I do not see any indication on the live boards around the circuit. And yes, Chris on super brand new tires. So is Dario. Both of them are on brand new tires. As Certain on the main straight is leading the race, but already he's going to be looking to be sinking for these guys, especially for Certain. Certain, I think, has done a good job. Ooh, so one is spitting. Nosebo is spitting. Has he? Yes, indeed. Has he undercut Mr. Certain Penna? Because if he's really looking to be undercut by Nosebo, because he's on all tires, 22 lap all tires, and I'm sure the brand new tires would be good. And in fact, 14 seconds. So okay, Nosebo now get 25. He could be good. He could be ending up in third place, but let's see how can he, as he's defending it. Yes, he's defending it good so far from Chris Knight for the leader. That's in fact good for Dario, as he's going to gain on these guys. As we see, really close. Round the outside, Chris is going to try. He does not get the overtake done. It's going to be interesting. Certain, I think, qualified P3 or P2. P1 was Dario, 2 was Chris. Will Chris do it again this time? He couldn't do it last time out. This time he's ever closer, and it's a huge straight. Huge straight. It's moving, yes. Certain is moving around the circuit. Oh yes, it's closer. Closer and closer for Dario as well. But Dario hasn't paid up his penalties, which I did not understand why. If you go into a pit stop, maybe there could have been an issue. Or it just doesn't pay out a 9-second penalty. Woohoo! As Chris... Oh, okay. So Chris doesn't get ahead of Certain. And indeed, Dario now closer and closer to him. Yes, we are seeing it. Lap 24 out of 36. 13 laps remaining, including this one, as we go into the ending parts of the race. Certain is keeping it out there. I think he's just trying to keep it on track and possibly end the race on these tires, if there isn't a rule that you have to pit at least once. Dario gets a penalty. Dario, so Dario currently, if Mr. Certain keeps it on track, Dario's not only going to leave the, he's not only going to lose for second place, but he could be losing third place as well. 12-second penalties. So that's 9 seconds, as Certain also has a penalty. 2 seconds, yes, 2/10. Now that's it. That could be the it for Certain, as yes, he's keeping the inside line. So what he can do? Let's see what, it's a 3-way car battle. It's a good battle on track. Lap 25. Woohoo! Still keeping it out there. As we see those brakes firing out of those tires. Ooh, Dario going a bit fast. Certain really on all tires. I mean, kudos to him on 24 lap all tires, and he's still keeping these guys behind. He's doing a good job in terms of tire management, but for how long can he do that? I think overall a great drive from him today. I think excluding the top two, they're pretty much great, but comparing to no Sebo, no assist, and a few other drivers, he's been the one to be deserving top 3, I'd say, really. No Sebo has tried to do an undercut, but that's unless Certain pits. He's not looking like pitting up yet, and woohoo! Ooh. It's 4 cars now. Chris trying to overtake Certain. Dario trying to overtake Chris, and they're lapping a car. They are lapping a BMW. As that car gets out of the way. Ooh, round the outside goes Chris. Lap 26. 11 laps remain now in this race. As you get to the ending part of the race. As we are going... Ooh, that's cool. Who has the fastest lap? Let me check. Okay, so Chris does it. But I saw a... actually, I did saw that. Let's see, I did saw a bit of a purple sector from Certain, but how good has he done it in the other sectors as well? Can he keep it? As he's currently just struggling to keep it ahead of Chris. And now he's ever closer. Closer and closer. It's... Ooh, wide goes Dario. Closer and closer is... Chris to Certain now, as we'll go on to lap 27. I mean, it's going to be a great experience leading the race, leading the Mexico City Grand Prix for Certain. And yes, this time it's going to be a bit too easy, I should say. As we switch on to the onboard, Certain is moving a lot, but I don't think he's allowed to move anymore. As yes, he keeps him behind us down the inside line. He goes, ooh, he just backs out on time. Or that could have ended up horribly wrong. As they are lapping a car. As Certain now tries to go defending again. As lap 27 it is. They're trying to lap no assist. Dario is a bit behind them. As this is a battle no one was expecting. This is a no man's land battle. Come on, it's officially now 15 seconds penalty to Dario. And okay, Certain has a 2-place grip penalty. No grip penalty, sorry, 3 seconds time penalty, so that ends up him in second place. I mean, even if he could do it, but keeping it in first place so far. He's on 26 lap old tires as well. He's not on brand new tires. Ooh. Honestly, it's a matter of time when he loses the lead, but great job. So far he's doing... Ooh, goes wide, almost losing the rear end there. And now it's close. It's ever and ever closer between these two. Wow. Yellow, green flags again. Dario's a bit behind him now, more than 1 second, but these two are battling it out and fighting it good. I think good job from these two. Certain, kudos to him. He's keeping it on track really nicely and doing some good defending. I think really showing he's got a good driving style here around the Mexico Grand Prix circuit. Because he's been pretty much behind in some of the races, not even in the top 5, but some of them he's been good. And yes, he's really looking good today. Less than now, just a 10th, just on the rear wing. I'm sure Chris is super eager to get ahead. He's eagerly waiting for that moment to come. And is that moment now? He's not making a risky move, that's for sure. He's not sticking up his nose on an unwanted position. But will he make a move this time? Around the outside or down the inside line of Mr. Certain? Does not do it again. Absolutely cool. We're in lap 29 out of 36 now. Ooh, around the outside. He's now looking to make the move. Will he do it this time? Yes, he could be sticking in the move. And yes, he does it. Finally, it happens. Down the inside line, will they make contact? They almost made contact there. Around the outside, it was good of Chris to leave him enough space. If any other rookie driver, that would have been a good big crash. That was interesting and indeed good managed by both of them, leaving enough space. And that's just great racing. Around the outside again, he tries it. He again tries it this time. Certain has the inside line into the next corner. He brakes a little early, leaves enough space, slightly goes wide, Chris, and he's through. Chris has finally made the overtake. The long awaited overtake, and there is a crash. There's a crash as these guys super slow down. But great job, Certain. Really on these old tires, 28 lap old tires, 29 laps now. Absolutely good. I mean, kudos to him. So get to yes, he's even anyways behind him. So Dario actually has to get ahead of him, and then pretty much 12 seconds gap maintaining as well. Good job, really good job. As you move on to the ending parts of the Grand Prix, I mean, I'm sad. It'll pretty much be end of the battle here because Certain wouldn't have enough grip in the tires to attack, but he did good. I mean, honestly, we knew he wasn't the fast driver, but defending was on point, top notch. Ooh, a bit of a wide going there, I think. Really well done. As we move on to the ending parts of the Grand Prix, 2.4 seconds, but Certain would be loving it because he's more than 3 seconds ahead of Dario, but Dario anyways has a lot of penalties, so that rules him out anyways, unless he's 15 seconds ahead of him after overtaking. Certain is going to be taking second place. As no Sebo, I think he tried to undercut Certain, but Certain didn't even pit. He hasn't even pitted yet, as no assist. Then all these drivers, Teamless is enjoying. I mean, he'd be loving the drivers crashing because he's in P9 now. 1 more points for him for just keeping it on track and driving and not crashing. I mean, that's good credit goes to him because Krico crashed. I mean, Krico was fighting with no assist for P5, which was indeed more than cool. And now the gap is 4 seconds. Yes, lap 31 out of 36. Chris leads, then Certain, then Dario, then no Sebo, and then no assist complete the top 5. And Captain Teamless is in P9 out of all the drivers we have. It was a good race. Maybe the starting point wasn't so interesting. So wasn't the, as it's not looking alike. Let's see how it goes, but so far not so. As it's lap 31 and 32 will be going on to out of 36. Ooh, that's interesting, and okay, it's not, in fact not interesting because Dario gets another penalty. Wow, I mean, how many seconds of penalties does he have now? 18 seconds. Second place. I mean, you can't be cocky, but congrats to Serton for second place already. Unless he puts it in the wall. Hopefully it's not a commentator's curse. Very well done. 31 laps on that tire as well. Crazy, crazy performance. Good job everyone. Everyone keeping it on track and doing the best they can. Lap 32 out of 36 as we just come on to the part ending of the Grand Prix. Ooh, finally a penalty for Chris. 3-second penalty after so long of the race, but that won't matter because the gap to Serton is 5.2 seconds. So that's still going to be a win for him by 2.5 seconds in the end. Ooh, that's cool. Dario is now catching up to Serton, but it's only ending part of the race. But anyways, with the amount of penalties he has. Oh, indeed. 18 seconds. If Nosebo does a bit of a good performance and gets at least like a second or two out of his lap time, he could be in third place. 18 seconds of penalties is it's just crazy. I guess Nosebo will not be because he has a lot of penalties as well. Ooh, a bit of a rear end sliding for Chris Sniper, but he could be doing that relaxedly now a lot because he does not have anyone behind him. Oh, 3, 4, okay. 5.2, 5.3 still. He's maintaining that. He knows his gaps, he knows his penalties, and really doing a nice job. Lap 33 out of 36. Chris leading, Serton second, Dario third, Nosebo fourth, and no assist completes the top 5. Also no assist, yes. Okay, Nosebo did pit, I think, through after 4 or 5 laps of the race, but still 25 laps on that tire. Doing a fine job. I think it was very unfortunate for him. He couldn't gain on Nosebo, but I think he should have. Oh, there's... Oh, yes! Serton! Whew. As we just missed that, Dario just comes up and overtakes Serton. But unless he could do it within 3 laps, within 3 laps he could get a gap of 15 seconds, which I am sure he won't. So second place for Serton, really. But let's see how it goes. As it's there's 3 laps remaining, 34, 35, and 36. As we're enjoying the battle of the heat of the battle. And it's gonna be nice. I mean, don't rule out Serton attacking him back, but I think his tires are gonna be done really. He's done it fantastic. I think 33 laps on that single set of dry tires, and it's been fantastic. You have to give him the credit. He has a penalty, but I think oh yes, only 3 seconds, so that's good enough. So that's still 15 seconds of penalty time to Dario after 3 seconds of Serton removed. Fantastic job overall, great performance from him this weekend around the Mexico City Grand Prix. As we see the leader, Mr. Chris Sniper, into lap 35, second last lap of the Grand Prix. Really cool, and pretty much ending parts of the race. Congratulations. He's really coming home to get another win as he gets another fastest lap, taking that extra point home. 119.7 really. Okay, Dario really getting up on him, but I mean, if you're on 34 lap hole tires, you're anyways gonna bottle it out, but great job. Now, the gap is 2.8 seconds, yeah. 2.8 seconds, so it's really fine enough for him to keep the second place. I mean, I'm sure he's doing his calculations, or maybe he doesn't even know how much penalties does Dario have. Great job. I mean, overall, everybody has done a good job. And in terms of pace, that's not a problem. Yeah, Dario has done a fantastic... Ooh, almost a bit of a moment there. Almost loses it. But the good thing is, even if you do a mistake around this circuit, there's not many walls. So that's safe for the driver. But I think, yeah, like overall, Dario has done a good job as well. I think you can't take that away from him. Maybe penalties have been not so good. He hasn't been able to keep it out on track, which he should be. If you want to be winning races, you need to be within the white lines. But I think fantastic job. As we move on to the final lap of the Grand Prix, Chris Neifer 10 has dominated the race, has dominated the championship so far as he goes fastest by another mile. 1:19.0. Great performance. As the gap is 10-11 seconds to Dario there. As Dario in second with 10 seconds, 2.4 seconds ahead of Serton, who's in third place, but with all the penalties applied. Let's see how it ends up, but that's how my calculations say. Oh yes, as we focus on this man, Chris Neifer here has been fantastic this race, been fantastic this weekend, doing it all, bringing it home in first place. He, I think, does have a 3-second time penalty, but that does not matter for him. That will not matter for him. How good he's dominated this Mexico City Grand Prix. Absolutely good job. As we come around the stadium section, we see some fireworks going on as comes around the last corner, and the finish line comes Chris Neifer. Wins the Mexico City Grand Prix with the fastest lap of 1:18.9. And in second place is Dario. Great job from Chris. Wins the Mexico City Grand Prix. Second place on track comes Dario, but that should be third as Serton finishes around this finish line. Absolutely good job, and congratulations to the top three as we wait for everyone else to come across the line and take the checkered flag. It's No Sebo in fourth place. Fantastic job, the best he could have done today, and good points for him overall. And that's the checkered flag, as No Assist has in fact already taken it. That's interesting, as we see Captain Teenless in ninth place. So we'll be here with Chris Neifer. 36 laps of racing. Great job. Serton finishes in second place. I think that's indeed a good job from him. As yes, as around the finish line comes Teenless. That's going to be checkered flag, and that's the end of the race. Thank you so much for watching this Mexico City Grand Prix. This was another bunker of a race. Hope you enjoyed, and we will be back again next weekend. As we see the top three on the podium. Congratulations to all of you. You really drove your heart out today. Fantastic job. Chris takes another trophy home. And enjoy it. Enjoy the champagne for Mr. Serton. That is into second place. Is usually not where he finishes. But fantastic job. Great driving today. Okay, so here are the results. Chris won with a 3-second penalty, but 3 seconds to Serton to rule him of the first place fight. But good job to Serton. He finishes in second place after 21-second penalties. That's crazy. 21 seconds to Dario. I think good job. And then No Sebo, the best he could have done with a 3-second time penalty. So same for No Assist. Doing fine job managing P5. Teenless, after Rico and other driver crashed, Teenless finished in 9th place. Good job. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was it for Mexico City Grand Prix.